This movie begins with a snowboarder in Colorado. He is enjoying a day at the Crested Buttes ski resort. He flies through the air like an eagle. He lands in the soft white snow. To this snowboarder, life couldn't get any better. He stands up and gets ready to continue on his way. He stops to make a call, but there's no service. He is unaware that he is being stalked. He decides to walk through the dense forest. A snow beast is following him. The snowboarder begins to sense something. The beast flashes past him. The snowboarder is becoming very nervous. Then he sees the snow beast. He drops his board and runs like hell. Now the chase is on. No one can outrun the snow beast. The snowboarder trips and falls. The snow beast stands over him. It puts its foot on his chest. Then it hits him in the head and drags him away. An animal researcher arrives at the airport. He is met by his associates. They track the migration habits of animals. They check various locations annually for any changes. This time they are in for a big surprise at this location. A forest ranger is posting a missing snowboarder sign. He takes his job seriously. His partner tells him that missing ski freaks are very common. A tourist makes a wrong turn. He finds himself on a road to nowhere. He stops to check his map. Then he has to relieve himself. Why not just take a leak next to the truck? But no, he has to wander off into the woods. As Janet and Luke are out checking their tracking equipment. Little do they know that they are being tracked. Janet sees something out of the corner of her eye. Luke didn't see a thing, so they carry on. Then the snow beast takes Luke. Janet turns around, but Luke is gone. When she turns back around, it takes her too. Only her ski poles are left standing. Macy finds some very large tracks in the snow. Janet calls for John to come over and check them out. They all stand there with puzzled looks on their faces. Then John says, well, it could be a new breed of bear. Back at the cabin, John is getting more firewood. He taps the wood a couple of times to remove any bugs. He thinks he hears the same sound coming from the woods. Then he thinks it must be his imagination and he goes back inside. Then we see the snow beast stand up. Late that night, the snow beast pays a visit to the cabin. Everyone is awakened by the loud noise outside. They look out the window but can't see anything. They think about going outside to investigate. But John says it's too late, we'll check it out in the morning. Everyone agrees, and they all go back to bed. They all go outside the following morning. They see that their snowmobiles have been destroyed. Then they see tracks in the snow. John responds, well, they're not walking on two legs. The two forest rangers are out on patrol. The driver thinks he sees something and stops. His partner tells him to go check it out. While he pulls his cap down to take a nap, the ranger cautiously walks through the woods. The snow beast is tracking him. He senses a presence and freezes in his tracks. It is moving extremely fast around him. And then it kills him. Then we see the dead ranger's partner again. He awoke from his nap and is eating a hamburger. He shouts out for his partner to hurry up. He reluctantly leaves the truck to search for him. He fumbles through the forest, calling out his name. He trips over a log and lands next to his partner's hat. There is a lot of blood near the hat. This guy actually calls out, "This better not be a prank." The snow beast is watching him closely. He decides to continue the search. As he fumbles through the woods, he falls again. This time he lands next to his partner's body. The snow beast attacks him from behind. John and Luke are checking their surveillance cameras. Luke falls through the snow into a large cavern. John tells him to stay put, "I'll get you out." John finds an entrance to where Luke is. Macy observes the snow beast on the surveillance monitor. She calls John to warn him. Then they find the frozen body of the missing snowboarder. Betty tells John that she sees the creature on camera 3. John tells Luke it's coming towards us. John asks Betty if it's a bear. She replies no, it's much larger than any bear. Then Luke spots the creature's footprints. They both agree to run like hell. They make it out of the cave. Betty watches them running away on her monitor. She also watches the beast in hot pursuit. John and Luke make it back to their snowmobile. They make their escape as the snow beast watches. Back in the cabin, they are all grateful to be alive. Janet wants to talk about the creature. John says sure, let's talk, but we're all leaving in the morning. Janet tells them we need to study this creature more. John responds, I don't study something that wants to kill me. Luke says that maybe it's a Bigfoot. John laughs and makes fun of the comment. Janet reminds them that she's a scientist. John says, okay, but we're still leaving in the morning. Janet is a very persistent scientist, she wants more proof. While everyone is asleep, she sneaks out of the cabin. Armed with her rifle and camera, she drives away in the truck. She drives back to the site of the creature's attack. She grabs her camera and wanders off into the woods. She gets sidetracked and takes pictures of saplings. And guess who pops its fury head up? It's the creature again, and he's having lunch. That's all the proof Janet needs. She drops her camera and runs like hell. The snow beast is hot on her trail. He's gaining on her. He has such big feet. Janet is running out of steam. The snow beast is just getting warmed up. This is going to be an easy catch for the creature. But surprisingly, she made it back to the truck. If she can just get the key into the ignition with those gloves on. She did it, she got the truck started. You would think she would drive away quickly. Oh great, a perfect time to load your tranquilizer gun. The snow beast smashes the truck's window. It grabs her and throws her through the air. Then it runs over and grabs her by her neck. They stare into each other's eyes. Then the beast throws her onto the truck. This smashes her skull, and Janet is gone. John and Luke realize that Janet is gone. They get on the snowmobile and go searching for her. They find her truck and see the broken glass and blood. John calls out her name, but it's hopeless. Betty sees the creature on the surveillance camera. It appears to be dragging Janet through the woods. She shows the footage to John and Luke. John responds, why did she go looking for that thing? Luke replies, she wanted to find the missing link. They all want to return to civilization. But their truck has been demolished. John tells them that he will take the snowmobile to town. Luke tells John about a shortcut to town. They talk about an escape plan. They wake up to sunshine and serenity. Betty helps John escape from the cave. John has a hard time keeping up with Betty. The snow beast is hot on their trail. The beast is gaining on them. Betty trips and falls.